It's your boy, Amreezy, and I'm back with another Road to Sorare Boss episode where we follow my journey in Sorare. I show you what I'm doing, the lineups I'm building, how I did the previous weekends, cards I'm crafting, all of that good stuff. We follow my journey, we have a good time. I answer your questions in the comments, so do drop them if you have any. And I've got a few. I think because I play Sorare not on the biggest budget, you know, I play on limited. I don't play with I don't usually target the PSGs and the Liverpools and big, huge, expensive galleries. I like to play on a bit of a budget. So I think because of that, quite a few, especially with Sorare 26, beginner Sorare managers, new managers have messaged me questions. And, you know, I have made videos on my channel for Sorare guides. Go check out the channel where there's Sorare guides if you want. If you're a newbie, if you've never played Sorare before, use the link in the description. It helps you out, helps me out. But a few people have asked me things like, I've been watching so-and-so's videos, and a big content creator out there's videos. They've been buying, you know, loads of these cheap cards to get this offer. Should I be doing that? I've been watching so-and-so's videos. They've bought a full collection of this team just to get the essence or whatever it is, just to get wheel spins, just to get whatever. Don't go copying others. Don't even copy me. Don't copy. If you're a newbie here, if you're new in Sorare, this is my advice that I've been having to give. So I want to give it on the video in case there's people that haven't messaged me who are new, who are thinking of the same stuff. If you see a huge content creator out there buying loads of tickets and loads of cards to try and get an offer, to try and cheat the game, to try and find it, they can do that because they've got more to lose. It's not as harmful for them, but do not copy other people in Sorare. And also, if you've not hit the hot streaks, it's okay. I've not hit the hot streaks yet. I've not hit a hot streak yet. 2 times trying, 0 hot streaks. However, I think because, you know, I'm coming up to 2 years playing Sorare, so I kind of understand the longevity of cards. I kind of understand that when you buy a card, it's for the season, especially if it's an in-season card. It's for all season. So don't go crazy. Don't go selling everything because you didn't hit the hot streaks. Don't go thinking you need to buy even more because you're trying to chase, you know, just be careful out there, guys. Okay, that's my word of warning. I just want people to have fun. And I don't want people to sort of have bad experiences with Sorare because that's not good for anyone around here. Anyone who enjoys Sorare. We don't want new people to come onto the game, get burnt and then have a bad experience. So just understand you need some patience in this game, and if you've not won anything, it's okay. You've got all season to play with them, and if you're having fun, that might be enough. Okay, right, that's my words out of the way. So this week what we're going to do is I'm going to show you my lineups from the previous weekend where we didn't hit any hot streaks. I did a little crafting just before this video because I had a few missing pieces in my lineups where I was like, I could do the Premier League card, I could do the La Liga card. So I thought I'll do a crafting because I had like just over 3,000 essence. So I'll show you who I crafted in a little bit, and then we'll have a look at my lineups for the coming weekend. So also, before we get in there, just want to say thank you to Hoodwink, my new best friend. We're besties now. He came on the show on Monday, Fantasy Football. It's a live Sorare show that I do every Monday. If that sounds like your cup of tea, join us next Monday where I think we're going to be joined by Jack P, who's another great Sorare content creator. We've got some contract negotiations to sort out. Timing might be slightly earlier than last week's video. However, it'll be there. Monday, Fantasy Football, either with Jack P or with someone else or just me. There'll be a video. So if you want to chat to me live about Sorare like we did on Monday with Hoodwink, then do join me for those Fantasy Football videos every Monday. Otherwise, let's get started with my lineups from the weekend just gone. Welcome once again to the scene of the crime. Welcome to the disaster zone. Welcome to misery, dare I say, but we're having fun. Remember, we're having fun. We're having fun still. Right. Main lineup, Chelsea, West Ham. Very confident of a Chelsea win here. Cole Palmer was in the starting lineup. When the team lineups were announced, Cole Palmer was in it. I'm sure everyone else saw this. Cole Palmer was in the lineup, so I thought, great. Pedro, Palmer, Caicedo, Cucurella, Sanchez, they're all in the starting lineup. I can see the lineup right here. Let me just go make a cup of tea, and then I'll come back and watch the game. Make the cup of tea, feeling confident, feeling like we're going to hit our first hot streak. Double hot streaks. We're going to hit our first hot streak of the season. We're going to get some cash. It's going to start paying off these in-season cards. Sit down. Where's Cole Palmer? Injured in the warm-up. So, Captain Cole Palmer injured in the warm-up. So, that's that lineup. Luckily not relegated. I suppose there's a silver lining. Wasn't relegated because everybody else did so well. But imagine if he'd have played. Imagine if he'd have got even a 35. Might have hit the hot streak. We're only a tiny bit off. Wouldn't have hit the hot streak if he got 30. Well, maybe because he's captain, actually. Probably, yeah. So anyway, that lineup was in the bin. Second lineup. Anthony Gordon, red card. Morgan Rogers doesn't seem to want to play football at the moment. Ollie Watkins seems to have forgotten how to score football goals. So, relegation for this team. So, that was fun. And then the third lineup, man of the match in game week 1 was Joshua Achipong. Man of the match for Chelsea. Tosin, slight injury. So, I'm thinking West Ham. Not a bad game. He's had 7. It's a full week rest. Not like there's been midweek football. He was man of the match in the first game. Let's put him in this lineup with some other cards that I think are going to do well. And he didn't play. Didn't even come off the bench, which that hurt. Didn't even come off the bench. Cunha captain. Again, thinking Man United. Looked good against Arsenal. So I think the logic is there. I think I've been a bit unlucky this week and the week before. Maybe the weekend coming up. But I think logically, my thinking is still making, like, nobody is seeing my lineups. And I send my lineups to a few friends. I send my lineups here. You guys can comment. You guys are really good at the comments. Whenever I put someone that I shouldn't in any of my lineups, whether it's classic, in season, you guys are usually pretty good in the comments. You go, hey, Areola's not going to play in goal for West Ham. I think that was the last good comment. Areola is not going to play in goal for West Ham this season. So I was like, oh, wow. Took him out quickly, swapped him. So you guys haven't said anything. None of my friends, when I've showed them my lineups, have said anything. No one is saying anything about my lineups. Like, those don't look good, Amreezy. They're not good. So I'm making the right decisions logically. But things like Cole Palmer getting injured in the warm-up, Anthony Gordon getting red cards, Achipong not starting when we thought he would. These are going against me. It's fine. I can't control that. I think I'm still putting good lineups out there. I do need to still learn. So no Cole Palmer this weekend because we're not going to take a risk, even if he plays. Not going to take the risk there. Anthony Gordon, we can't play. Maybe we don't put Watkins and Rogers in as high priority lineups anymore, but we still got to play them because they're good on their day. Ollie Watkins is a great goal scorer. He will eventually score. When he does, we want to hope we've got 3 good cards around him. Achipong, take him out of the lineups now. It could be Tosin and Chalobah for a while. And until we see Achipong start a game, then we maybe revisit that. But for now, put him in the under-23s. Maybe put him in some classic lineups if we really need to. And Cunha, perhaps we don't play Cunha in season. Because as well, with Manchester United getting knocked out of the Carabao Cup yesterday. I'm recording this on Thursday. On the Wednesday, Man United got knocked out of the Carabao Cup against Grimsby. So confidence is not there at Manchester United. Let's not put Cunha in these lineups anymore until we see a bit more of an uptake in form, until we see them playing better, until we see Cunha scoring goals. So those are the lessons I'll learn now, but the pain has been dealt. We go again. Hot streak 1. Let's try and hit it this weekend. There was one more Premier League week lineup, which is I've annoyingly called Estevao because I did put that in my last. This lineup should have been called Estevao. Solanke, Pedro, they had Manchester City away, and they ended up winning, but these guys didn't get good scores anyway, so it was okay to be in my throwaway lineup. Emile Smith-Rowe, who I traded last week's video for a card that I didn't want. I just wanted a Premier League midfielder so I could build this lineup. He ended up getting the best score. Ain't that the way in Sorare? Ain't that the way? You make a throwaway lineup, a throwaway decision, and then the best player is actually the one that you kind of just thought, yeah, he'll be on the bench. Maybe he comes off the bench. He did come off the bench and he scored. So that's a fun one. League One. La Liga in season. We played for the first time. We missed the hot streak again. I tell you what, well done to Sorare. Well done, Sorare. Well done. I thought 360 points was very easy to hit. Well done, Sorare. You tricked me. You tricked us all, Sorare. Well done. We all thought the 360 score was easy to hit. Fair play to Sorare. They did one on us. Turns out 360 points is not as easy as we thought. But I'm almost thinking I should just forget about the hot streaks and just play like I was last season. Just put lineups out there, the best ones I can. If they win something in the leaderboard, great. If they hit a hot streak, that's like a bonus. But yeah, this one, Thiago Almada, I should never have captained him. But he had a home fixture. He had the best fixture. And he was at home. Whereas Rafinha was away. Lesson learned. Rafinha captain next week. No matter who Barcelona have got, Rafinha captain. And these 4 We need them all to do well. And that may be difficult with the goalkeeper and the defender. I do see Thiago Almada doing better. It's just Atletico Madrid have had a horrible start to the season. So we are hoping they turn it around for big Thiago's sake. Kubo, quite an okay score from him. But yeah, these two defenders. And we're going to just need them to do well one week. Or I'm going to need to get another goalkeeper, another defender, take them boys out. But yeah, La Liga's mainly for fun, isn't it? Champion, we put a whole Chelsea lineup out here with Julian Alvarez. And who let us down? Julian let us down. Neto, Caicedo, Cucurella, Fernandez, great scores, goal involvements for all four. Bit of a shame with Reece James. Again, a little lesson there. Maybe we don't play Reece James anymore just because he can randomly be dropped at any game. I think because of his injury record, he could be dropped any game. You never know when he's going to be dropped. So I thought, he's had a full week's rest. He can play again, right? Right? That meme of Star Wars meme, right? But he didn't. Sanchez, I'm not going to talk about Sanchez. My blood will boil. So we won nothing here. Well, we got a promotion here. So let's put a bit of respect on these teams' names. Promotion. And these 4 promotions in Champion, they will... if we have a better week, we do want to be in as high a division as possible. So it is good that we're starting to get these promotions. We do want to be in Division 1 in all of these leagues. So that's good, at least. Here, Morgan Gibbs White let me down. And these scores weren't great. Let's not go into those. Santiago Mourinho. Let's just talk about Santiago Mourinho for a second. I've got him because he's part of my Deportivo Alaves collection. I got him in an animated card as well, which I really like, that he's got this funky animation. He's now at Villarreal and smashing it. 100 points from him. I think he got like 90 odd points the week before. He is an amazing player. 22 years old. Nice and attacking. On the 23 card. So if you're looking for a bargain, I don't know what his price is at the moment. It's probably not a bargain anymore, but he's great. And Malik Fofana is great as well. 2 under 23 cards. And I'm thinking I'm going to prioritize the under 23 league a bit more. And when I'm looking at bringing in players, I might look at a few more under 23 cards because you can play classic. It's not in season. And I've got a few little gems now, like these 2 boys under 23 who are playing first team football in the top 5 leagues in Europe. So yeah, they did well. Monaco did bad. They lost 1-0. Nico Williams, yeah. Frankie de Jong didn't play for Barcelona. Barcelona roulette continues the midfield. These boys did well. These boys did bad. That's that one summed up. Under 23s. Well, we didn't do good this week, but I didn't take the under 23 lineup seriously this week. I will take it more seriously this week. So stay tuned to my lineups coming up. This is the lineup that did the best, though. All-star because of Mexico. Your boy loves Mexico. And your boy won 1,020 essence, which is basically a card. Basically a card craft. Sergi Dominguez, another hero from this season, who I got last year just as a collection piece. Now he's gone off and played for another team, smashing it every week. 98 points for an under 23 card as well. So, as you can see, I've got quite a few under 23 cards smashing. And he's great for All-Star as well. And then the Tigres boys did well. The Cruz Azul boys did okay. And the Necaxa boy did okay. So, good scores from my Mexicans. And Sergio Dominguez and German and Gold, not so great. And then the other ones, Josh Cullen. What did I say last week? What did I say? I've got the receipts. Rewind it. Go watch last week's video where I said, I've got a feeling about Josh Cullen. I think he's going to do well. A goal and an assist. That's not too shabby, Amreezy. If only Mika Biereth did well. He's now been dropped. He's on the bench. So, again, what can we learn? What can we learn? Mika Biereth, let's not put him in starting lineups anymore. Let's wait till he gets his form back. Let's wait till he gets back in the first team. Because for now, he's on the bench. He's out of form, been dropped from the first team. So, we're a bit worried about Mika Biereth. And then, yeah, average scores there. Forest, Hudson-Odoi. Santa Maria. Trevor Chalobah. He's not going to score every week, though. But he's in the first team again, Chalobah. So, okay scores there. 250 essence, not too bad there as well. And then, obviously, the lineup where I played the Santos Laguna card, my beloved Santos Laguna, is where we... let's say we didn't get relegated. We didn't get relegated, okay? Valencia let me down. Trent Alexander-Arnold let me down. Wolves let me down. They all let me down, and I take that personally to all of you. Right, that's how I did last weekend. Now, when I was building my lineups yesterday for this weekend coming, I was like, I need a Premier League player. I need a La Liga player. Oh, I've got 3,000 essence. Let me just see if I get lucky. Maybe I get a Premier League card. Maybe I get a La Liga card and I can improve my lineups. Here's how that crafting went. Right then, here we are in the crafting world of Sorare, and my essence is now, ideally I want a Premier League card or a La Liga card, because those are the two in-season competitions I'm playing so far. It looks like I've only got a 6%, 7% chance of a Premier League card, so that might not happen. But I guess, I mean, I don't fully understand still the flavors, I think they call it, or tastes or whatever, of essence, but I guess I'm not winning enough in Premier League at the moment, so my essence is not here Premier League wise, and I've been winning more in All-Star, so that's why I've got a bigger All-Star. So I guess I kind of also want to burn some of this essence, because in the future, if I start winning in Premier League, then I'm going to be getting more Premier League essence, hopefully, maybe. So we want to kind of burn through this All-Star essence, if that's how it works. Maybe we get lucky because Champion is 21%, so that could easily be La Liga or Premier League. So we're going to burn through this 3,000 essence. We'll leave 800 so that we can play the arena this weekend. So here we go. Now, I have seen people leave a bit more in the bank so that if you can use a clue in case you get a star room. But I have still got some clues here from the wheel. RIP the wheel. We barely knew you. I've still got some clues here from the wheel, so let's rock and roll. Come on. Cole Palmer or Lamine Yamal. First bit of essence is up. What kind of room is it? Go on, give us a... Ooh, a special T2 room. Now, because of the league thing, I think it's worth revealing the league. I know there's a popular school of thought, which is that you should only use these clues on star rooms. But so far, I've never got a star room. This is the best level of room I've got. And with my essence at the moment being the flavors it is, I do really want a La Liga or Premier League, and I'm not going to get that. Wonderful. So we've got French League, Belgian, J-League, Belgian, Turkish League, Bundesliga, MLS. Right, obviously not MLS, obviously not J-League. I'm thinking either French League or Bundesliga. Because last year I did play with I had a Monaco collection, so I've got some French League cards. Bundesliga is quite fun, and I wouldn't mind dipping my toe in the Bundesliga market. Not really that interested in the other leagues, so I'm gonna go with just the leagues that are just between these two. It's either Bundesliga or French League. Let's go. It's either Harry Kane or Dembele. Who do I want? I guess I want Harry Kane, maybe. Make a bit of an England collection for those international breaks. Let's go. Let's go Bundesliga. Victor Boniface. Not two. Who else was there? Who else was there? Oh, Lord, there's some 5 stars here. Okay. It looks like the Marseille boy was 5 stars. That would have been better. Boniface is injured. What's the... What is the situation with Victor Boniface? Should have gone France. Should have gone France. How much can we sell a Boniface for? How much does a Boniface go for on the market these days? He's going for about a tenner. That's not too bad. All right, we might just sell that. I'll sell that. £10. That is not too bad. We'll take that. We will take Victor Boniface. Welcome to the club, Victor. I'll also do a bit more research because I'm not fully up to date with his career right now, what he's doing, if he's injured, if he's not in the first team. So we'll have a little look at him. Maybe we build a Leverkusen collection. Who knows? That's how they get you. Right, 2 more crafts. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Premier League, La Liga, Premier League, La Liga, Star Room, Standard Room. We're not going to waste any time with this. We're not wasting any clues on this. Now, I've seen a lot of people picking number 7, and that's what I did in my first few videos, but from looking back at a few other videos and my videos, I don't know why. I get a feeling the best cards are always the first card or the last card. So I'm going to use that as my logic. I'm seeing a lot of people go for 7. So my logic's going to be first or last. Here we go. If the first card is good now, it's gonna be painful. Bundesliga 2 card. It looks like the first card was not anything special. All right, we didn't miss anything big here. A 3-star, a 3-star, 3-star, 3-star. So we got the best card, best L15. Big Alexander Nollenberger. Welcome to the club. We'll take that. Maybe we start chucking in a contender. Oh, it looks like he came off the bench last game. I hope he's first team. He's got a few spikes in him. It's not quite New York City skyline, but it's sort of sporadic big city skyline. Yeah, all right. We'll keep him. Not too shabby. Right, one more craft left. Come on, I need some help. Come on. Premier League. La Liga. Premier League, La Liga. Go. Last draw of the Essence batch. Oh, wow. Maybe that's a good sign. We gave it an extra spin. Standard. We're sticking to the new Amreezy rule of always pick the last card. Because that worked well. Let's get... Who did we miss? Solanke we already have. Ghana Gay, I guess, would have been better. Should have gone first. See? It's either first or last. This is conclusive scientific proof. The best card is always first or last. Yeah, no, nothing in here. At least it wasn't like a star that I'm like, I missed him. So I've got 2 Bundesliga 2 in-season cards now. This guy does not look as exciting as the other guy. No big peaks here. What's he going for? He might be a 30p one. No, slightly more. All right, we'll keep him. We might be able to trade him for a card we do want. These kind of cards I don't mind. If they're like worth about £1 or £2, you can usually trade them with a bot for like a card you actually do want. Maybe a missing piece in one of your classic collections. That's what I've done with the other cards that I've won. So, all right. Those are the 3 cards. I was kind of hoping we might get a card to help us out with the lineups this weekend. We didn't get that fortunate. However, we might be able to trade some of these. Might even be able to build a Bundesliga 2 lineup. Who knows? Right, that's how the crafting went earlier this morning. So we didn't really get any Premier League or La Liga cards to help with our lineups. I've transfer listed these 2 cards that I got. So let's see if anyone takes those. And then Victor Boniface, I've since looked him up on news. So he was going to sign for AC Milan. That's why he's not played for Leverkusen this year. He was going to play for AC Milan, had a medical, and then it's really weird that he had the medical, and then there was a slight issue with his knee. The club said, oh, we don't like how your past personal trainer was working on your knee, and we think there's a possible bad thing that he was doing with you. We don't like that. Boniface is really upset. He's like, that's ridiculous. I don't want to go to AC Milan anyway now. If you don't want me, then fine. So they're falling out. We don't know what's going to happen with Victor Boniface now. His price has come down since the medical fail. So he's gone back to Leverkusen. I would guess he's not going to stay at Leverkusen. If they were prepared to sell him to AC Milan, I'm kind of not going to sell him yet because his value's gone down. It doesn't make sense to sell him now. If he gets a move, I'll either keep him if the move works for my gallery, or I'll try and sell him with prices hopefully going back up. So we're holding Boniface for now. It could be a fun card. Could be a card that we either use or sell. So let's see what happens with Boniface. The other cards I've added since last week's video are Jack Grealish. Now, I bought Jack Grealish on Saturday evening, and Everton played on the Sunday. And why did I do that? Because I looked at the auction and I spotted the price under £10, and I was like, Jack Grealish. I think he'll play tomorrow, and it's Everton's first game in the new stadium. So this is when I think if you are a beginner on Sorare, you've got to look for opportunities like this where Look at context. Look at where people are getting frustrated. So Jack Grealish didn't do anything on the first game of the season. I think a lot of people bought him before the season and thought he's going to play, be amazing for Everton. And I think he is. But he didn't play that first game, so his price came down in the auction. I bought him for under £10, which as you can see, here I am. Auction, Amreezy, that was me, £9.84, buying him before Sunday's game. And I thought, if he does well in Sunday's game, that price is going to shoot up. And I do want him for this season, in season. So I took a gamble before the game, and the gamble paid off. He got 2 assists, and as you can see here, gets 2 assists, and his price goes all the way up to here, £30. People are buying him right now at Instant Buy for £41. So that's a nice bit of trading that I did. So look out for things like that, guys. If you're new, look out for where people are being impatient. You be patient. Okay, we can't go back to our lineups. Can't go back to our gallery. So I bought a Jack Grealish for under a tenner, which I'm happy with. I bought on Mylenko. I traded. Did I trade it? No, I bought on Mylenko for 30p because I've got an Everton collection from last season. And now that I've got the Grealish in season, I'm kind of thinking, like, I'm looking at Everton now and I'm thinking I'll be a bit more patient, but I'm looking at Barry possibly as a striker, see how he does. But, you know, there's promising signs there. They've got a few midfielders like Drewsbury Hall, like Undai. They've got some good players at Everton. I think if you're looking for a slightly cheaper in-season team, Everton could be fun this year. So yeah, I've got 2 Everton boys now. And because I'm a degen, I got these 2 cards. Now they're both at Santos Laguna. Amreezy, why do you keep buying Santos Laguna cards? I don't know. I honestly don't know. The only thing I can say is it makes it more fun for me when I watch Santos games that I've got Santos cards. And even though they're terrible, a terrible team, I love them. So Christian Dahome has scored 2 goals in 2 now. As you can see here, 72 and an 82. That's enough for me to go, we've got the new Brunetta. Let me sign him. Now, he is like 31 years old, so he's not going to be the new Brunetta. But he does look good. And this goal in particular that he scored in a very frustrating game last weekend where Santos were 1-0 up till 89 minutes and then lost 2-1 in the injury time. Hilarious. But his goal, he took beautifully. Threw on goal, chipped the goalkeeper. Beautiful. So I think he's a good player. And he's at my boys. So I got his rare card because at limited, he was like 50p. And at rare, he was like 70p. And I think I actually got it for 60p. But maybe ETH has gone up in value. So it's showing us 70 now. So I got him for quite cheap. And I like rare cards. They're fun to own. So I'm thinking that whenever I see a limited and a rare, especially like if they're playing in Mexico and the price difference isn't that I might just pick up a few more rares now. And this guy's the same. He's the right back for Santos, the captain this season. I really like him as an individual, as a character. He takes set pieces. Didn't do a great score here, but you know, you can see he did a couple of great scores here. And like I said, don't copy me. Don't get, these are not recommendations. I just like having Santos Laguna cards. And these boys are in rare, which I think's exciting for me as I don't play in rare. But the price is not that different to the limited, so I think it's worth the feeling of owning a rare card. So welcome to my huge rare gallery of 4 cards. So they're the new cards that I bought. Let's finish this week's video with looking at my lineups for the coming weekend. Right, gang, here we are. Deep within my lineups for game week 5 in Sorare. We're on 5 already. Where does time go? Right, Premier League in season. Here we go. This is my biggest hope for a cash prize. We're going to go Chelsea, or full Chelsea stack against Fulham at home. Not a bad fixture. João Pedro as captain this time, though. We've learned our lesson from last week. No Cole Palmer. He is slightly... There is a chance Cole Palmer plays because it wasn't like... It hasn't been fully confirmed that it's a long injury, so he could play against Fulham. However, we're not taking any risks here. No Cole Palmer in our lineups this week. I might make a Premier League common lineup and chuck a Palmer there just in case. But no Cole Palmer in my in-season lineup. So Pedro Neto will take his place as the Chelsea classic card, which Pedro Neto has looked very good this season. Very good in the Club World Cup. Great player. Really feels like he's kind of becoming the player that I think he's had the potential to be. He's really at the top of his game right now. I think he's going to have a good season for Chelsea. There's lots of competition at the wingers. Chelsea's still rumored to be signing wingers as well. But I think Pedro Neto, a big season from him coming. So he's going to replace Palmer, and then it's going to be the same Chelsea boys I had before. Pedro, Cucurella, Sanchez, Caicedo. 0 bonuses. However, if all 5 of these guys smash, we won't need the bonuses. Then we go to lineup 2, where Jackie Grealish is making his debut for the club, and he's got the captain's armband. Against Wolves away, I think it'll be, a close-ish game, but Everton have got the potential to do something here, especially attacking-wise. Maybe they don't keep a clean sheet, but I've not got any defenders. So I'm going to go for my classic Ndai card, and I'm going to pair him with Grealish, and then captain Grealish. Hopefully he gets another assist. Hopefully he has another lively game. And then we're going to go for a Spurs kind of back line of Vicario, Pedro Porro, and Paulinho. Bournemouth at home is quite a nice game. So let's see what happens here. I do have a Solanke card as well. But Solanke seems to be a bench player, and Richarlison seems to be getting the starts at the moment. And I've been tempted to get a Richarlison. I think if I win cash, hopefully eventually, if I win cash, I'll use that cash to reinvest in my Chelsea and Tottenham collections. And the 2 Spurs players I've got my eyes on are Richarlison and Kudos. So I will add them eventually, but I'm just kind of waiting for prices maybe to drop a bit, or also waiting to see if Richarlison keeps that position, because there is a potential that Richarlison has one bad game, then Solanke comes in the team, and then Richarlison's a substitute for the rest of the season. So that I can see that happening as well. So I'm kind of just playing that one, waiting, being patient on that one. I'm not going to rush in and buy a Richarlison and then he gets dropped and I've got paid over the odds for him. So we're watching Richarlison closely, but in the meantime, we're not playing Solanke because we can't guarantee him starting. We're playing him in our throwaway lineup, but not in our serious lineups. These 3 are the serious lineups. Then we go to this lineup where Tosin is 70 and Estevao is 70. However, I do think they'll both play because Tosin played the last game and played 90 minutes, so should be fit again. And Estevao should be playing instead of Cole Palmer. And even if Cole Palmer plays, he probably won't play 90 minutes because he won't be fully fit, I'm guessing. So Estevao will either come off the bench or start. And again, I'm using my logic that I used with Achipong the week before, which didn't work. But again, it's still good logic. He won the Man of the Match award in the last game. Now he's got the chance to build on that confidence. Home game at Fulham. Wait, he should be captain. He should be captain. We're not captaining Ollie. Wait, no, wait. The reason why I captained Ollie Watkins was because I thought, right, I'm going to give Watkins and Rodgers another chance. If this lineup does well, Watkins has to score. So that's why I'm captaining him. And also, if Estevao doesn't start, that's why I'm captaining Watkins. I'm arming and ahhing. I still don't know. That could be a deadline day decision. But yeah, Estevao, Achipong, Matt Sells has got a nice game against West Ham at home. So a good fixture for the classic card in goal. Watkins and Rodgers, we just need them to do something. My logic here is, 1, Villa need to start doing something at some point. So a big game against Palace, will they be fired up? 2, home fixture. I like the home fixture. 3, Palace are playing in Europe. I think today, as I'm recording on Thursday, Palace have got a game in Europe. I don't know if they're going to play. I think they're going to play their full team because they only won their first leg like 1-0. So a Palace should be playing a lot of first team players. Maybe they're a tiny bit tired. Villa, a bit more rested, maybe. I don't know. So that's my third lineup. And then this is the throwaway lineup. Smith Rowe, once again, maybe comes off the bench and scores. Hopefully not, because it's against Chelsea. Jose Sarr, don't like him, but it's the throwaway lineup. Gabriel's got a tricky game against Liverpool. Solanke probably won't play. Ian Maatson probably won't play, but he should. Like, come on, Villa, what are you playing at? Get rid of Digne. Ian Maatson, why is he not starting games for Villa? He's younger, he's more attacking, he's got more pace, he's more exciting. He's what Villa need right now, some attacking excitement. So hopefully he gets in that first team. That's why I bought the card this year. I bought him for like £2. And I was like, I'm going to be clever. I'm going to be clever with this one. It's not been clever so far. La Liga, I've learned my lesson. Rafinha is captain, even though he's got an away fixture. We're not falling for that again. And then once again, these are the only 4 cards I have in season in La Liga, seeing as the old crafting didn't go my way. But Almada, Kubo could do well. They are attacking players. They do have the potential. They have high ceilings. So if they hit those high ceilings and Rafinha does well, then we could get by with even these 2 guys having average games. So Let's see how that La Liga boys do. Champion in season. There's Cunha, captain. I was tempted to play Cunha in season instead of the Undae. But I think because I've got Grealish, I can double up with the Everton boys. And then because Cunha plays for Manchester United, we're gonna put him in here. But he's got the captain's armband because Burnley at home is a good fixture. He should play. They should be a bit fired up after the Grimsby game. Let's see what happens. I'm also going for Noni Madueke. Now this team hits the 6% bonus because we've got no more than 2 players from the same team. But also it's 370 on the nose. So it's exactly 370 L15 score, which I like. And part of that is because Noni Madueke has got a really low L15, but I've got him as part of my Chelsea collection from a few years ago. So we've got a nice 5% bonus on him. And I think with Saka being injured, it's a great opportunity for Madueke to play, to impress. And against Liverpool, that defence is there for the taking. So I can see Arsenal targeting those, let's be honest, targeting Konate. And Madueke could get some luck. So low L15, even though he's got a 70% here and an ugly E letter above his head. I'm not listening to that. I'm not listening to you, Sorare. Then we're going to play Barcelona midfield roulette again and hope Frankie de Jong gets a game. Eric Garcia, not sure why he's at 60%. He's played every game so far, I think, at right back. And his scores have been monstrous. Monstrous scores, I tell you, from Eric Garcia. Look at this. New York City. We are building a New York City skyline here, guys. Beautiful scores for Eric Garcia. So hopefully he can keep that going in the shambolic Barcelona defense. Then we're going to go for a bit of a risk. Now, I did say earlier, Julian Alvarez let me down last weekend because Atletico Madrid are suffering. And I do have an in-season Almada, which I kind of need to do well. I probably got a Julian Alvarez in one of my lineups as well. But in case Atletico Madrid have another bad game, they're going to Deportivo Alaves, who on their day can put up a good defensive performance. And if they do, the 2 cards you want are Severa in goal and Tengalia in defense. So I'm going to go for a little punt here at Deportivo Alaves. And then Adam Wharton. He's a good player, isn't he? This team, all Nottingham Forest. And Dimitrovic in goal. Dimitrovic has got a nice home fixture, so we don't mind that pick. Also, we've used the Matt Sells in season, so we couldn't go complete Nottingham Forest. But all the outfield cards are Nottingham Forest, and it's quite nice seeing red. It's quite nice aesthetically seeing them all in red. So this is the red lineup this weekend. Hopefully, Forest can smash West Ham. And Chris Wood does the business. I was a bit uncertain about who to captain here because all 4 of these cards could be good captain picks. Gibbs White didn't have a good game last game, but I feel like that was a one-off. Elliot Anderson on his day can smash, and I feel like Elliot Anderson might be better in bigger games against teams with more combative midfields where he's winning more tackles. Against West Ham, he might have a bit of a quiet game in midfield. So it's between Wood and Hudson-Odoi, and I just think if Forest are going to win, which they should, probably Wood's going to be the end of some of those chances. And these 3 are all going to be feeding him. So let's go with the guy they're going to be feeding. And that's the easiest decision. So he's going to be captain. But maybe I should go Hudson-Odoi. We don't know yet. This lineup, we're going to go for Chelsea, a big Chelsea stack. So we're not going for the bonuses on this lineup. We're going to go for Chelsea smashers, Caicedo, Fernandes, Cucurella, Chalobah, and Sanchez. And then we're going to go for 2 Spurs boys, Kudos and Brennan Johnson. This is a bit of fun. This is a bit of a throwaway lineup, but all guys could do well. Lewandowski is rumored to he came off the bench last game, had a slight injury first game of the season, came off the bench last game, so maybe starts this game, but maybe Ferran Torres starts because he has scored 2 in 2. Either way, I think Lewandowski comes off the bench and does well, or could start this game. So I'm going to captain him, and again, he's got a really low L15 because he's been injured and didn't play that well at the end of the season last year. So his L15 is nice and low, which enables me to kind of fit a few bigger L15 cards around him and get that 4% bonus. Under 23's time. I told you I was taking it more seriously this week. Come on. Under 23's. Captain Mourinho. Why not? It is an away game against Celta Vigo. However, as I showed you I didn't actually show you his scores, did I? Santiago Mourinho. Look at this boy. Look what this boy's doing for me. New York City, baby. The skyline is being built. We've just built an Empire State Building here. So let's hope this continues. Santiago Marino is going to be wearing the captain's armband. Obed in goal for Paris. He's playing Metz. That's kind of two of the new boys in that league. Alejandro Balde, left back for Barcelona. Hasn't scored amazing, but again, his L15 is quite low. So he keeps my Caps 370 lineup. And on his day, can get an assist, can get an attacking return. So we hope he does that. Akliush, Monaco do have a tricky game against Strasbourg. So don't know how that's going to go, but he's an exciting winger and he does play for them. So let's do that. Yanni Stukers has had a slow, hasn't been great for me lately, Yanni Stukers. But his last two games, he's got 4 assists in 2 games in his last appearances. 4 assists in 2 games in the Belgian league there. So this is what I was talking about. He had a bit of a spell towards the end of last season where I wasn't really enjoying him. Had a lot of fun with him last year. As you can see from these scores, Yanni Stukers is a great player. Does great for me most of the time. End of last season, though, he had a bit of a dip, and then this season started okay. No, wait, this is the end of last season too. But this season, he started well. 88, 74. So let's hope he does the business as well. So as you can see here, good cards. Good cards. And all of these cards are not like, they're not Bellingham. They're not the most expensive cards. So this could be a nice little budget under 23 team. Efrain Alvarez in Mexico plays for Chivas. They've got a home fixture, which is a tricky game against Cruz Azul. But Chivas have started better this year than they did last year. And his scores also have been doing well. And then Malik Fofana, home game against Marseille. Marseille in a little bit of chaos at the moment with their players fighting and being transfer listed. So hopefully there's a bit of chaos there. And Lyon can take advantage. And Malik Fofana can continue his great form. Now we go to All-Star. Now, Santos are playing Tigres. My 2 Mexican teams. They're my 2 favorite Mexican teams. They're playing each other at Santos Stadium. Guess who might be going to the game? This guy. Might be getting tickets. I might be going to the game. So I've built a lineup here with full Tigres stack because I do think Tigres are going to destroy Santos. But I've also built a lineup here with 3 Santos players. So I'm kind of covering my bases. These are my 2 new cards. I basically want to play with my new toys. So I've got my new 2 Santos toys that I want to play with as well as the goalkeeper. So I've got 3 Santos players in this lineup and then a full Tigres stack in this lineup because, let's be honest, that's probably going to be the one that does better. But it's going to be fun for me. I might be at the game. Maybe I can try and record something from the game. We'll see. But I could be at that game. So that'd be fun. This is the lineup I'm most excited about, though. We've not gone for the cap bonus here. These are smashers. These are big baseball smashers here. There's Julian Alvarez. In case my Deportivo Alaves plan doesn't work in my other lineup, Alvarez is here to smash the goals in. Then we've gone for all of the big boys from Mexico, all of the big cards I have in Mexico. Sergio Dominguez, huge L15 at the moment. His L15 is... What's his L15? Something astronomical. L15 of 81 right now. Look at this. Look at this. If you've not jumped on the Sergio Dominguez train right now, well, maybe at those prices you probably don't want to. But I think, how much did I buy him for? I bought him for 74p 7 months ago. And he's now going for 20 odd pounds. I could sell him. No, I won't. 5% bonus as well for the Barcelona collection. So that's my best chance of getting something, I think, this week in All-Star. Then we've got a few fun lineups. Aubameyang. I thought that card was dead. I thought Aubameyang was retired in Saudi. I thought he'd long gone, but he's back in France, doing well as well, scoring goals. So Aubameyang's back playing football in France, so he's now a card we can use again. 5% bonus from that Chelsea collection. Gone for a Valencia mini stack here, an Atlas stack at the back. One of my favorite players, Doria, is back in the first team for Atlas. They're playing Pumas away, which it's tricky, but Atlas have started the season okay, so I'm hoping they do well in defense. And then Monaco here, bit of a Monaco double up, and then yeah, Santos, 3 Santos players. Crystal Palace, Eze, a bit of a wild. This is my long shot wild. Division 3, I can take a few risks here. Trent Alexander-Arnold might not start, maybe comes off the bench. 3 Santos players, crazy. Ferran Torres, again, we don't know if he's going to play or Lewandowski's going to play, so put him in here in case he does play. Sarr, tricky game against Villa, but Sarr's a great player. And then Eze making his debut for Arsenal. Maybe he doesn't start, but maybe comes off the bench with a point to prove. So this is a kind of fun lineup. Those are my lineups for the weekend, guys. Thanks for watching. If you could like, subscribe, it helped me out massively. Help me out like N'Golo Kante helped Chelsea win the Champions League. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. Join me live on the channel on Monday if you can for a chat with, I think, Jack P, maybe someone else, maybe me, but it should be Jack P. I'm going to confirm that after this video. Otherwise, appreciate it. See you next week. Good luck with your game week 5s. Peace.